I'm not going to be doing the clapping. I'm not going to do the stream thing. I'm going to be talking to you guys as Alex, as Alexander, if you will, as a non-streamer, as just a guy that plays video games. So not Beasty, no content, no molding, no whatever. There's been an increase of posts and conversations, if you will, that are directly like involving me. So I kind of felt like I should probably say something, even though again I don't need to. I know a lot of people are gonna say you don't need to do anything, it's fine, yada yada, but I kind of want to. There's been like a increase of just like discussions and posts where someone is complaining about something and then my name gets dragged into it, and then instead of the topic being discussed, it's just people dragging me through the mud for no reason, even though I didn't do anything, I didn't say anything. I'm getting used as like an example of failing, why things are happening in the game, like everything negative that happens, it's like, oh yeah, Beasty did that kind of thing. So I wanted to kind of talk about how these things like affect me as a person, affect me as in my job, and then I want to show you like some of the examples, and I wanted to discuss the most recent post. Now, I'm not talking about this because of the recent post. This is just like months, right? It's not like a one-time thing. So I think majority of the AoE4 community is really nice, really cool. But there's like 20, 30 people that are just, they're doing their thing, right? I think people that dislike me or don't like me, they're still going to dislike me and not like me. I'm not trying to change their mind. I just want to give my point of view because a lot of words are being put in my mouth that I don't appreciate. Kind of painting me in a crappy, shitty light, if you will. And this is more so for the people that are like on the edge, like is Beasty an asshole, or, what's going on kind of thing. So, whether you believe or not, everything I do and everything I've done since the start of AoE4 has been for the game, okay? Like for the benefit of the game, for the success of the game. There's been like conspiracy theories coming up that every patch that happens, every time I do a patch review, that I'm trying to like buff my civs, civs that I play, and I am trying to nerf the civs that I don't play, right? There's been that kind of actual conspiracy that I tell devs like, yo, nerf this, and they're like, on it, sir, kind of thing. And there's been an increase of people blaming like Byzantine win rates on me, people blaming this civ being OP because of me, and stuff like that, which is obviously insane. To me, as a person, as Alex, it is a lot more beneficial for me for the game to do well than for a civ to be strong. Okay, this has been the same with JD, like, oh, he just wants JD to be broken kind of thing, right? So what I mean by that is, it benefits me way more if all my civs were complete crap and if the game is doing well, because I'm first content creator and I've been first content creator for a while. If there's more players, if majority of the player base is happy, then that benefits me, if you want to look at it that way, financially, business-wise. I think tournament-wise, I don't feel the need that I need to prove myself in any way. I think, some people, even after, doesn't matter how many tournaments I win, again, some people will think I'm a shit player, some people will think I'm number 2, some people will think I'm number 1, and again, I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. It doesn't matter to me if a civ is overpowered or underpowered. I am not trying to work or persuade devs to nerf or buff a civ because it benefits me. As an example to this, Mareka and I don't know if you guys know, my wife, we bought an apartment recently. We're probably gonna have a kid in the next few years. I'm playing a video game as a content creator competitively for, I'm 33 years old, and obviously I can't do this forever. So for me right now in life, what matters more is financial stability and security of my job, right? Than making AoE4 a clown game and everyone quits, than which unit in the game deals more damage or which civ has higher percentage win rate. It's literally irrelevant to me, and it doesn't affect me in any way. If we go back to 2 years ago, if you guys remember, I was against some changes at some point in the game, and people were like, yeah, he's only doing that because it once that gets nerfed, he's gonna be obsolete. He's gonna lose every game. And now 2 years later, here we are. I still stand behind like the things that I wanted to change and the things that I wanted to be added to the game. And that doesn't get affected. My opinion doesn't change based on whether I lose or win. It's the things that I genuinely think. I give feedback to the devs. They take that feedback and they do whatever they want with it. One thing that people don't also realize or understand how this a pro gamer developer thing works in any game. I have consulted for StarCraft 2 balance changes. I've consulted for development of many games, probably 15, 20 games, RTS games at this point. Obviously, I've given my opinion on AoE 4 throughout its development, and never did I think that, oh yeah, devs are on my side. They're gonna do whatever I want. The dev Discord probably has close to 100 people. It has, I don't know if it has every pro player, but most, if not every single pro player on there. And whenever a patch comes out, people give their feedback. Hey, I think this is too strong. Hey, I think this is too weak. People give their feedback. Devs read it. They take it in consideration or they don't. I'm not messaging devs behind the scenes to fix this or buff that or nerf that for my benefit. And even if I did, they would not listen to me. There's plenty of changes. If you followed my stream and my videos, there's plenty of changes I wanted in the game that never came to be. Devs decided to go the other route. For example, the recent siege changes that happened to like Springle and stuff. I didn't ask for that. I didn't even comment about that, right? Did a dev take my suggestions sometimes and implement it? Sure. Just like they did from, Marine Lord, Puppy Paw, Vortex, Corvinus, whoever else. I can't believe I have to explain this, but I think for some people I should, just to make sure what the process of these things are. And at the end of the day, no matter what the changes are, the balance changes, the design changes to the game are, I will adjust to it like I always did since the start of the game. There's so many things that's been changed, and I'll continue to do that. So, yeah. Now let's get on to the affecting part. Now that's kind of like a little bit of an intro. And by the way, another thing, just because I'm the biggest content creator and right now #1 player, that doesn't mean that devs are like, oh, he has 100,000 subs on YouTube. His opinion is more valuable than this guy with 50,000 subs. That's not how that works, because I always see this where this comment and argument being made that because I'm a biggest content creator that the devs will listen to me, which doesn't make any sense. That is not how that works. If that was the case, we would have gotten Nomad Mega Random 2 years ago when I initially asked devs to implement that into the game. And that's something that I've been wanting for the game for a while, even though it doesn't help me in my tournaments or anything. I want that for the game because it would be great for the game. Just an example. So the harassment that I received online is something that you kind of get used to. Obviously, a lot of people will say it's part of the job kind of thing. It doesn't make it easier or better. I've had people, messaging me on Twitter, DMing me on Instagram, messaging me on Discord, adding me. I mean, I don't use Facebook anymore, but in the past, adding me there, DMing me on Reddit, obviously making posts about me, getting banned on my stream, and then making unban requests with vile messages. And just to give you an example, some of those messages telling me they're gonna rape my wife in front of me, they're gonna kill me, they're gonna find me IRL, hoping I die, hoping my family dies. After my dad passed away, I even had messages like, no wonder your dad died, stuff like that. And all this because I perma-banned them in my chat because they are, either breaking the rules of the chat or they're just being assholes. By the way, most of the people that do get banned in my chat are not by me, they're by mods. That's the funny part in all this. So people either do that because they get banned in my stream, or because, and this is to me just absolutely insane, because I have an opinion about a video game in 2024. And you can have mods in the chat also say that some of those that I just mentioned were unban requests. So I would ban someone and they would, unban request would be, I'm gonna rape your wife in front of you. So yeah, going that far out for me saying Byzantine or this civ is too strong or too weak is, I'm sorry, but it's insane. Like, people like that need help. Like, genuinely need help. That level of harassment and just dragging my name through everywhere because I called you an idiot for flaming someone in the chat or doing something in my chat is just insane. But again, I'm not trying to change those people's minds. Like, I'm not gonna change their mind. They're still gonna, hate me, and I'm still gonna get those messages. And I'm sure I'm gonna get those messages after this as well. So there's also been recently, what started is putting words in my mouth politically. Stuff like I hate Albanians and no wonder this and that. Beastie hates people from Croatia and shit like that. Balkan is obviously like a Wild West, which I never talk about politics. If you watch my stream, my YouTube videos, I try to stay out of politics. We even have a rule on my stream where topics are like that are avoided, because there's always going to be disagreements. There's always going to be people attacking at each other, because people are very aggressive when politics come into play. So there's been recent comments like, oh, Beastie said this, or no wonder because he hates this group of people or that group of people. And obviously that bothers me. And at the end of the day, I think most people, or some people, will say, well, it's part of your job. You are a streamer, you're a public persona, so that's just what it is, bro. The reason I'm making this video, the reason I'm talking about this, I'm not asking for your sympathy, by the way. I don't need people to, send me their love and tell me they love my stream or my content. I understand that the majority of the people are very, very nice and just normal, and yeah. I just wanted to have a conversation about this. So that's personal life, obviously. Now, the second part is these things affected my stream as a job, YouTube, right? Let's say you're new to AoE4 and you go on Reddit or anyone's stream, right? Doesn't matter, and you see, yeah, Beasties did this and it's a lie, or Beastie is an asshole, or Beastie did this and yada yada. Obviously, it's gonna negatively affect my stream. There's a saying, every press is good press, and that is true short term, right? Every press is good press, for a week, but long term, you don't want someone to not join your stream, your videos, your content because they have heard something. And there's a lot of research, if you don't believe me on this, there's a lot of research being done that people just read titles, they read a sentence and they move on. They take that as a fact. So if someone made a thread, Beastie said, this guy's a piece of shit, loser, and he hates him, no one's gonna read the actual context or anything about it. They're gonna read that, see that, remember that, they're gone. So, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm losing like thousands of dollars because of this, but it does impact it. And I've had people that are like, oh, I started playing 6 months ago and I never used to watch you because I read X or Y kind of thing. So yeah, I don't like this whole spreading narrative, Beastie said this, Beastie said that kind of thing, which are most of the time incorrect. Obviously, someone says Beastie said this civ is good or bad. So yeah, I do want to say, by the way, that the vast majority of the AoE4 community, not my stream, just AoE4 community, are completely super nice, normal people. They share, they support me or other streamers or other content creators in the nicest way possible. They share the passion of the game that we have. If I didn't enjoy AoE4, I wouldn't be streaming it as much as I am. I wouldn't be, even when I take a day off, I just want to stream AoE4. I genuinely enjoy streaming for you guys, and I genuinely enjoy playing AoE4. The amount of content, like sometimes I'll just wake up and I'll be like, oh my god, I can make this video, I can make that video, and have like 20 different video ideas that are in queue to do. So I genuinely enjoy AoE4 and I love the game, and I think majority of people are super nice. And the fact that every single day, whenever I stream, we have between 10 and 15,000 unique viewers dropping by every day, like that's crazy to me. Like that 10 to 15,000 different people, unique viewers, join my stream every day. To watch the content, to watch me play one-on-ones, to hear my opinion on things, whatever. And I really do appreciate it, because that is crazy amount of people. And obviously we also have YouTube that usually doesn't, some people transfer over, but usually it's a different crowd as well. And I think right now I have 600,000 or 700,000 views a month on YouTube, which again is just crazy amounts, right? Especially for RTS games that are not the most popular right now. So thank you for that. And my stream is not for everyone, by the way. There's not a single person in the world that everyone loves their stream. Not a single one. Even if the person is the nicest angel, someone's gonna be like, this guy's too boring. So everyone's got their thing. Some people enjoy my stream, some people don't, and I think that's completely okay. If someone doesn't watch my stream and dislikes my content, I'm not gonna be like, oh, that guy's an idiot. That's completely okay. All I ask in return is to not get called idiot in the first place because they dislike my stream. Some people don't get why people like my stream. I've seen plenty of different comments of why they don't like my stream, and I find them interesting, but I'm not going to change that. So some people find it cringe when I say I'm like raging and molding about sheep and I can't find sheep. People think if I played offline I would genuinely be yelling at my monitor because I can't find sheep. Me saying poggers, kick W, I don't use those words in real life. I can interact with human beings in normal language, and some people don't find it funny or don't enjoy me like threatening the chat, like, oh, that's gonna be a perma if you say that or you say this, right? That's okay. Like it's not for everyone. It's a lot of my stream is sarcasm. A lot of my stream is like being normal and then balding and then going back to normal kind of thing. Interacting with Twitch chat and all that, and I would not say that my stream is like not me at all. I would say that obviously there's a difference between streaming and there's a difference between me, right, as Alex in real life. I don't go around IRL saying hell yeah brother and stuff like that. I don't use the American accent and stuff like that. And again, some people love that shit and some people don't, and I think that is 1,000,000,000% all right. If you don't enjoy my content, if you don't enjoy my Twitch or my YouTube content, it is 100% okay to just not watch it and not interact it. No one's making you do that. You can just, if you don't like my video, don't like my stream, just turn it off, right? I'm streaming and I can't turn off your messages that are sometimes vile, right? I have to read them and then you get permabanned and then the cycle continues. If you don't enjoy something, guys, just don't do it. I've had some rough times in my life. I was suicidal for years. I was in really bad spot, and not once in my life, even with all of that, I never thought, you know what? I'm gonna actively harass a person that streams video games for a living by going on subreddits and trash talking them and making accounts to DM them on Instagram. I never had that thing once, and I don't know where that comes from. Like, I don't know what's wrong with your life, but it is not healthy at all. And I am talking about not one guy making a comment. I'm talking about some of the people on like forums, Reddit, or Twitch where they're banned in my stream, but their whole life is just 95% of messages is Beasty this, Beasty that, and that's it, right? It's like, I don't know, there's like a thread like, I love art in Age of Empires 4, and then some guy's like, yeah, Beasty's a piece of shit who doesn't like it. It's like, huh? Like, now, I'll give you guys an example, and again, I don't want you guys to witch hunt anyone. I don't want you to, like, bully this guy. I don't want you to say anything to this person or any of these people, okay? So, again, I want to re-emphasize this, what I'm talking about right now, is not because of this thread. It's because of months of these things, okay? So, because I know even when I say this, people are like, oh, he is upset because someone made a thread. That's not the point. So, I'll give you guys an example. Byzantine sucks, and it's Beasty's fault, right? So, here's one about Byzantines. Last patch was balanced in some sort of suggestions of pros, and who spent the last 2 months gradually making more and more outlandish claims about Byzantines? Yes, Beasty. That's why, right, it's my fault. After the last balance, the Byzantines have stayed firmly last place. Even worse, the higher you go, blah, 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 blah. Can they make it? So this guy's obviously, it's Beasty's fault. Beasty ruined the game kind of thing, right? Claiming that aspect of the Civ War OP was pure nonsense. They had some strong features, yada, yada. And then he edits. I forgot to write, I do love Beasty and the rest of your content creators despite this. Thank you for your content, yada, yada. So my point is, this is how most of the threads start on Reddit, where that kind of get big with a lot of comments. Not most, I'm going to say some Reddit threads start, where he is kind of complaining about Byzantines, but the way it's written, it's my fault, and instead of people discussing Byzantine stuff, people just end up shitting on me, right? Now, mind you, if you're like, what did you do? What did you do for him to write this? I made a video, I think it was like 10 days ago, a week ago. I made a tier list, and I always start those videos with, this does not impact, your gameplay. This does not impact your life in any sort of way. This tier list is for top tier play only, in my opinion, right? I am not sending that tier list to devs. The devs are not watching those tier lists. That tier list is for entertainment purposes only, and to give people my opinion at top level, what I think is good. Now, mind you, I just want to note something. So I put Byzantine, if you guys don't know, I had like a S+, S, A tier. So I put Byzantines into A tier. And I was not the only person that made Byzantines into A tier. I was not the only person that put them into A tier, right? There's been other content creators that did the same thing, right? But obviously, I'm the one that gets pulled out for it. So anyway, thought this was a Rising Empires announcement post, which I thought was pretty funny. Rising Empires usually makes posts that have like clickbaits and stuff like that, and it's like they say something outrageous and then you open and it's like, join Rising Empires kind of thing. Now let's talk about some of the examples of people just kind of spreading the narrative, agenda, whatever you want to call it, and I kind of wanted to address some of them. Obviously, Beastyqt claiming that Byzantines are so strong is still yet to even pick them in high-priced tournament, while his Mongol that are either underpowered or fine, according to him, is go-to civ. So, let me give you an answer to this. When the game came out, the Byzantines were not good. Nobody played Byzantines, okay? Since then, we have had one tournament, which was a tournament for $500. That's it. We didn't have any other tournaments. It is true though, I did not pick Byzantines in the last tournament. Why didn't I pick Byzantines? Because I don't know how to play them yet. I know this might come as a shock, but there are 16 civilizations, and I don't know how to play every civ. I don't. I'll be honest, I don't know how to play Byzantines. I don't know how to play Japanese. I don't know how to play French as well as some of the other players, and I don't know how to play Ayyubids. Can I play them on ladder? Yeah. Can I win tournament games, which are much harder? No, because I haven't had as much practice. The only time, for example, I've picked Japanese in tournaments was on hybrid maps because they were super, super strong, and they were very easy to execute. While his Mongols that are either underpowered or fine, according to him, is his go-to civ. I don't remember when was this, and this is what I mean by misinformation, people spreading crap. I have never said a Mongol is underpowered. I, for the past probably year and a half, have said that Mongol is literally unbeatable on some of the maps. And Mongol, for those that don't know, is the highest banned civ in the tournament for I don't know how long now, because they are extremely strong on maps like Prairie, hybrid maps, and they're almost always either permabanned or first picked. And if you look at my tier lists, they're never put into S tier, they're always put into A tier for, I would have to assume at least the past year, and the reason why they're put in A tier is because they're not really played on land maps, they're played on hybrid maps. So that's the only reason. And I think if you watch any of my videos for the past year, that is what I say in every single video. There's a problem with active pros doing balance, same as in StarCraft, there's a clear conflict of interest. If Byzantines is not good, let's say Byzantines is terrible, why would I want Byzantines to be nerfed? Why wouldn't I want another civ that is stronger that I don't know how to play get nerfed? What is the logic behind that? Why am I not saying Abbasid is overpowered and needs a nerf? Abbasid never gets picked in tournaments, Byzantine does. So why am I not saying, I don't play Abbasid either. So why am I not saying Beastyqt is broken, I think? But yeah, not every pro plays every civilization, by the way. And even if they do on ladder, that doesn't mean that they're gonna play that civ in tournaments. Yeah, you can see, this is something I mentioned in his stream ages ago. He kept going on how Byzantine was actually strong, but the Diamond Conqueror players just hadn't figured them out. Right. It is a very, very hard civ, which is why I haven't personally committed time to it, because it takes a lot more time to learn and play well compared to some of the other civs. Lo and behold, he did not play them and hasn't in any major competition. Again, this whole thing that I haven't played them in any major competition, there has been one tournament since Byzantines got buffed. The first tournament, when the Byzantines came out, nobody played them. How much did he pay to make this post so he can farm content tomorrow? Funnily enough, I saw this comment, but trust me, I do not want for anyone to make posts about me. Ever. In fact, I wish that I can have it so that posts on Reddit are not allowed about me, so I can just read Reddit about the game and not why I did something that I wasn't aware of doing. So yeah. This guy is one of those people who are actively, going after. Yeah. So this guy says, yada yada, thank you streamers. I bet the winner will go down under 40%. Again, same guy, look at that. It's the few people, right? And it just kind of spirals. He's been campaigning ever since V-Guard, Pop, Berserk, and Snipe of his position out of Siege. So this person, there's a lot of people like this guy. They are referencing a game where I played against Byzantines as, I think, China. And there was like 80 Varangian guards that used the ability to kill my Siege. So this person, in all seriousness, thinks that I lost one ladder game, I think like 3 months ago at this point. And since then, I am on the path of nerfing Byzantines. Because I have lost one game. Flash news, I have lost hundreds of games in the past couple of months. Again, let's go by logic. Why do I want to nerf a civ because I lost to that? Why don't I want to nerf Jushi's Legacy, Zuginu, that I lost probably 50 games to in the last month, right? Yeah, there's the politics, right? Starting to believe Beastyqt really doesn't like his neighbors to the south, and this is kind of like sprinkling in, stuff in people's mind, right, about me. And I know if you ask this guy, he's gonna say, "Oh, I'm just joking," But it's not okay, right? You can't, again, I'm not comparing racism to this, but you can't say "Oh, Ray Valiant is a bit racist." I'm just saying. And people see that upvote. I'm like, it's just joking. It's seen, right? Some people saw that and they moved on. So yeah, stuff like that. Any game that listens to a vocal minority of streamers when it comes to balance tends to suffer for it. Again, people are under the impression that somehow there's this, that top 3 streamers are dictating buffs and nerfs. And that is crazy. So yeah, anyway, there's been a meme posted, which I thought it was funny. Byzantines are actually pretty strong. Plays Byzantines for the first time. It's all Beast's fault. For the 5th time, I want to make sure people realize this. I'm not making a video because, a person was mean to me. People were more vile to me than this. Way more. I just wanted to kind of give my point of view and discussion about this. I love how people think Beast is some kind of mafia boss that will bully the devs and other pros into sharing his opinions. Like the Byzantine complaints are people saying it's his fault, Mongols aren't considered OP. Yeah, people are now blaming me that Mongols are not considered OP because I didn't say they're OP. There's another thing that I wanted to discuss, which is, and this is what I find really funny, the irony, right? Whenever there's a problem, people want me to speak up on things, right? Whenever there's something to be said, fixed, in your opinion, as in one person, I should speak up on it. But the moment I don't speak up on something, then I'm the asshole. Or if I speak up on something and they don't agree with me, then I'm the asshole again, right? There are things he doesn't like about the game that will never change. For example, he doesn't like civs that can sit in their base, which is true. And I've been telling this to devs since God knows how long. I wrote a lot of messages about English and how them putting farms in their base and not moving out is bad gameplay. Same with Malian. If you guys don't know, I've been advocating for a long time that Malian should not receive as many free resources as they do. So they have to go out on the map. And if you don't know, Malian is one of my most played civs. I also said Ottoman is too strong and needs nerf, and I've been saying that for a while. But again, it's selective memory and it's selective picking, right? See, this is the thing. He's not the Mafia boss, but he surely is one of the most influential voices when it comes to talking to devs. When he reviewed patch notes on stream, some devs were watching and he would directly address to them. Oh, I don't agree with this change at all. Limit Tenacious Shield Wall should be an ability with cooldown. And do we have it as an ability with a cooldown? We don't, because they don't listen to me. Another reason why devs come to my stream, by the way, is they want to see the reaction of people that are in the chat. Instead of them waiting for a post to be made, they can look at 1,000 or 1,500 people reacting to changes, saying, "Ooh, I like this. Ooh, I don't like this." That's exciting. That's not exciting, right? The original thread was right about Byzantine problems, but since he mentioned Beastyqt, the whole Beastyqt will now make it all about him instead of the actual problems. Yeah. I just like Beastyqt is upset for a change. He dunks on lower leagues all the time and insults his base without people realizing it. I watch Fitzbro, Voldemort, and Demo instead of him now. And they're great streamers. And if you like them, that's great. And if you don't like my stream, that's great. Oh, this is the one. Oh, these are the two, yeah. I occasionally watch Beastie, but I cannot stand his keyboard smashing. He won so much in tournaments, I'm surprised he never had a video editor. So just for a reference, by the way, I do have a video editor, and we did discuss, him and I, if we should edit out the keyboard noises or I should use filters on Streamlabs in order to dampen the sounds. And the reason why you hear this when I'm playing is not because I'm too stupid to not have it, it's because people enjoy it. And again, this might be crazy, but some people enjoy that. And I've even had votes with my Twitch chat. I would say about every 4 to 6 months we do like a straw poll, like, do you enjoy keyboard sounds or do you not? And about like 85 to 90%, I think recent last one said they do enjoy it, but initially they didn't until they got used to it. So I mean, you can read in the chat, people enjoy it, right? And I understand if you tune into my stream and you don't enjoy this, I get it, right? That's not your thing, right? And there's other streamers like, you know, Fitzbro, Voldemort, Demu, there's Corvinus, there's Whammin stream, right? There's plenty of streams that I don't know if they have keyboards muted, so you're gonna have to check that. But there's plenty of streams out there, right? But just to be clear, that part is on purpose. Exactly, he's not humble at all. He never raids to other streams. The humble part, again, I'm not gonna argue that. Some people see me as I'm not humble. Some people see me as an asshole. Some people see it as confident. Some people see it as arrogant. Some people see it as I'm just memeing, or I'm having a good time if I'm like memeing after I win or something like that. I never mean to like insult the players or anything like that. So I'm not going to argue that. That is his opinion. He never raids to other streams. Now, I'm not going to name any names, but there's a lot of streams that have a lot of viewers because of my raids. And I'm not going to say they owe something to me or whatever. There's been a lot of streamers in AA4 that nobody knew who they were until I started raiding them. I don't raid every stream, by the way. That is correct. I don't raid every stream. Now let me tell you why, because you don't know why. There used to be a period where I raided every stream, and I would, you know, dropping 1,000 or 1,500 viewers on someone is a lot. Like, I know it might sound silly, but it might be life-changing in the long run. Like, if someone has 2 viewers and I raid them with 1,500, and then Next week they got 100 average. That's a massive increase, right? And for some people, that is a massive benefit and a massive increase. And why do I not raid every time? I used to do that. I used to raid every single night. And what ended up happening is, which is something I never mentioned, I started having backlash from streamers. And again, I'm not going to call out names. Complaining that I'm not raiding them. Because I would be raiding one person a few times a week or a few times a month. And then they would be like, are you going to raid me today? Why didn't you raid me? Why did you raid this guy? It's like I owe to give my community to them. And I felt very uncomfortable. I felt very, very uncomfortable with that. And I was like, I'm out. Like, I need a break. Because I would have like 2-3 people being like, are you going to raid me today? And I'm just like, what am I supposed to tell them? No. It's weird. I don't owe anyone my raid. I'm not saying I'm doing this grand gesture. I'm just typing /raid and sending people over. But I felt very uncomfortable with that. People expecting me to raid them because I raided them before. Yeah, sometimes I don't raid because, I don't know, I just go offline. You know, sometimes I'm like, oh, guys, thank you for watching, and then I gotta take a shit. And instead of like typing /raid and waiting to raid, I just leave, right? It's not out of like, because I'm evil, but to say that I never raid to other streams is what I'm talking about. It's so just disingenuous and it's such bad faith, you know? Like, if this guy ever watched my stream, he knows I raid people. But yeah, keeps calling people bad. When was the last time? Are we talking about chat or opponents? When was the last time I played against someone on the ladder and I said, this guy is terrible? I don't think I've ever called my opponent bad. Even an opponent that's diamond or like under Conquer, right? Platinum, gold. I never said, oh, this guy's fucking terrible. Yeah, I meme with core. Yeah, I meme with core. But I never call my opponents bad. When someone in the chat asks me a question like, hey, I'm gold, how do I do this? I'm not like, bro, you're just fucking bad, you know? You're just terrible. I don't do that. I always try to give advice even if the person is gold. Demo and Voldemort are humble, incredibly talented. True. They don't need to humiliate the viewers. And by the way, if this guy is talking about gold players thing, like me saying this guy must be gold in the chat and stuff like that, that's a meme on my stream that's been there for a very long time. Like when someone writes something ignorant or dumb, or you know, they're like leading someone on that's not true, I just say, let me guess, your league is gold. If that's humiliating the chat and making fun of them, then all right. So yeah, that's it. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about, to discuss. Why did I want to talk about it? I mean, again, I'm not expecting sympathy. I'm not expecting. I don't. God forbid, like, don't make threads like applauding me or some shit. Please don't. More than anything, I would love if people could just stop posting about me, or just completely. That's my dream. Obviously, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, that's kind of what it's like being a streamer. I'm sure I've had my asshole moments, as did everyone. I'm sure I've lashed out sometimes. But overall, I love AA4. I want the best for the game. The best for the game is also best for me. It's best for you. Everyone benefits. So I'm sorry, but there is no hidden conspiracy that I'm trying to buff civs that favor me or something like that. Because no matter which civ gets buffed or nerfed, there's so many civs that I can play, and I would rather have AoE4 be a good game than get a quick buck in a tournament where I win a few $1,000s. Not to mention, whichever civ gets buffed or nerfed, it also other players can just play it or not play it. So that is it. So again, no witch hunting, guys. Just wanted to give my POV on this. You know, don't flame these guys. How can we improve the community? I would say the vast majority, like I said, of the community is super nice. Super, super nice. Even the people that don't like me, by the way, that don't watch me. I'm not saying, oh, people that watch me are nice and people that don't watch me are assholes. Not at all. Some people dislike me, keyboard noises, you know, me complaining, molding, whatever. That's okay. I still think they're nice, right? You can dislike someone without being vile, I think. Yeah, that's it. If you are watching on YouTube, thank you guys for watching. Sorry, no claps. But from me, Alexander, or Alex, whatever you want to call me, thank you. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for supporting me. And if you want to tune in sometimes on Twitch, you are more than welcome to. And Twitch gamers, we will continue.